I'm headed back down in here where I killed that deer on the 22nd. And it's been several days. And I'm a little bit worried about the sky. Got some bad showers coming through today. And it looks like we might get dumped on. But there ain't really nothing we can do but go get set up and ride it out. I got absolutely drenched yesterday afternoon on another persimmon, and that was miserable. But I'm gonna ease on in here and get set up, and hopefully this tree is still on fire. Got some really fresh deer tracks right here, headed this way towards the tree. So that's encouraging. Setup's gonna be the same, going up the same tree, and I think we've got a good wind for it. I think I'm gonna try to climb a little higher this time and see if it don't open up the right hand side of this tree for a little bit more of a shot. But I'm gonna start up and I'll get back with you in a minute. Alright, I just got set up. You'll have to forgive the little bit of fog that's on the lens. I got absolutely drowned yesterday afternoon. I mean, it come a hard rain on me, and there's a little bit of moisture still in my pack, and it's kind of got a little condensation on the lens. And I'm sweated down from walking in here. I ain't got nothing dry to wipe it off with. But anyway, I'm back in here where I killed that buck at on the 22nd. And I climbed probably another 4 foot higher than I was last time. And this is gonna work out good. I'm high enough that I can shoot over that trash that was blocking the right side of the tree before. And so if one gets under it, I should get to shoot him in short order. The tree's still loaded down. This thing will probably still be dropping in 3 weeks. There's that many left up there. The sky's kind of clear right now, but we got a pretty good chance of getting wet this afternoon. There's some showers moving through, and it's just going to be Russian roulette on whether or not we get hit. But I'm going to turn this thing off, and we're going to settle back and see how this plays out. And maybe we'll get to pop another one. This place should be almost like brand new. When I shot that buck the other day, he ran off 180 degrees from where the deer usually come from. And even like the buck I killed in here several years ago where he crossed this slough, he wouldn't have impacted that whatsoever. And what little bit of blood there was on the ground right here under this tree is probably already gone, but it definitely got washed out yesterday. And I don't think them deer pay that much attention anyway. 9 times out of 10 they don't. I have seen them turn inside out from it, but anyway, it looks like this camera's getting worse and worse. I'm sure it'll dry out before the deer get here, but anyway, let's see if we can't get another one in here, and we'll send the old tree shark down there after it. Alright, we definitely got some rain coming. It feels like it just cooled off about 15 degrees. And I got a steady wind. I haven't heard any thunder yet, but I think we're going to get wet shortly, which is bad. I can tell that the condensation on this lens is about 75% gone. But maybe we won't get too wet. It's an absolutely beautiful afternoon. The woods are really alive, and that's usually a good sign. I don't know how many squirrels are in here cutting cypress balls and tupelo berries, but they're wearing it out. If we can just not get wet, I think we're gonna bust something right here this evening. It's just got that feel to it. It's turned out to be an absolutely beautiful afternoon. I'm really thinking that if we don't get rained on, I think something's coming in here. The only thing that concerns me, I set up on a really good tree yesterday. Of course, like I said, I got drenched, and that could have had something to do with it. But I did see 2 hogs out of the tree, but I didn't see any deer. But when I got down, on my way back to the truck, I saw 2 with my headlight. And then driving home, I saw 7 more and a hog. And I'm thinking they just moved really late. I'm hoping that was because of the rain yesterday and not because of the moon. But I like the way things are looking. Sliding right on up in here. I hit him a little back too. I got down on him really good. But when it hit him, it looked to me like it was about the width of my hand. Further back than I would like. I know it didn't look good when he ran off because of the lack of penetration. But that arrow stuck in that persimmon tree. I'm sure it broke the point off in there when it ran. But he ran hard, and he ran on a straight line, which is always a really good sign. And I thought I might have heard a slight crash. So we're gonna sit till dark, which ain't too much longer. Maybe a good 30 minutes. And then we'll bail out of here and see what kind of blood trail we got. I'm gonna shoot a compass bearing right now. And we can always fall back on that if it comes down to it. But the last place I heard him was probably out about 100 yards. And he was still running on a dead straight line, so that's a really good sign. It kind of sucks to be bucked out in September, though, I ain't gonna lie. Alright, I'm down on the ground here. This is gonna be a lot harder track for me than I had hoped, because the ground's still really wet. I don't see my broadhead stuck in this tree, but I'm not exactly sure how high it would have been See where the deer kicked off right here when he started running. But I know that broadhead stuck in this tree, that's why I didn't shoot through it. But like I said, I don't know where. It might be at the dirt line. But I don't see it. And I'm not going to really spend no time looking for it. He started off right there. Got a little smear of blood on this root right here. Got blood on this green. I can see that pretty good. Blood here. Blood here. I think that's blood right there. Y'all can probably see it. No, that's blood. Y'all can probably see it better on the video. That's blood there. Than I can see it in person. He's bleeding hard. I mean, he's really bleeding. He's just now really kicking off. Try to do a better job with this light. Man, there's blood everywhere. Good gracious. Let me change something on this camera. I changed it to a little wider shot. Hopefully I can keep the light in the camera a little better. There's piles of blood. For me to be able to see it like this. However that. Good God. I can't normally see it when the ground's wet. And damn, I can see it. I can see it 5 or 6 yards ahead. He's bleeding like he's going to be laying at the end of this blood. Alright, where'd you go, big dog? Blood right here in my boot. Might have just zagged a little bit. Right here. I was on the edge of the trail. Good gracious. It just ain't. I'm gonna tell y'all now, it is hard to beat the blood trail that you get from a tree shot. I shot deer with the great white, and while it is bigger, it's like you get to a point where it's just diminishing returns. And I think the tree shot is about as good as it gets. Blood trail. That shot looked back to me, but it was quartering away just a hair.
gotta be careful right here. I'm starting to get off of it a little bit. But I got blood right here. That blood here is just getting in a little different vegetation. There. Got off on the edge again. I'm bad about that. I kind of get tunnel vision and I'm looking straight down at my feet, not looking side to side. I'm trying to keep this camera dead on what we're doing here. Getting a little better than this right here, trail wise. Yeah, that's through there. Judging by the blood, that's probably him I heard piling up. I'm going to show y'all something right here. You see, there's blood right there. That's the farthest I see it to the right. And then there's blood here. That's as far as I see it to the left. But I don't know if you can see. It's hard to get the light right, but this left trail's wider than my bow is long. And blood right here, but I don't know which side of this tree passed on. Looks like that side, maybe. There we go. This is a mighty fast blood trail for the ground to be wet. I don't see this blood like y'all do, like most normal people. I don't see the red, I see contrast. Of course, if it were, the ground was dry, I'd really key in on the wetness. But when it's like this, I'm looking at contrast. So if it's on something dark, I'm probably not going to see it. Alright. Must have got on the edge of it again. I got blood directly behind me. It just zigged or something on me right here, and I missed it. I got blood on that vine, and that's all the way up here. Coming out of his nose, evidently it's up even with my chest. He had to keep coming right on through here. But I'm not seeing it. There it is. Okay. I gotta take care of it. I'm not right on the edge of it. On the side of that tree. There. A little harder for me to see in this dark leaves. But I just imagine me getting super close to him. There ain't no doubt he died on his feet. Right up on the edge again. So easy to do. When that trail's that wide, if you ain't continuously scanning side to side, it's like I've got blood going up through here. But just a speck. That's what I'm thinking. It's all over the side of this tree. Almost thinking he must have shot that gap right there. Still got blood right here. I can see it really good on stuff like this. Speck. When I'm seeing little specks, that's usually how I know I'm on the edge of it. Right here. I can see it right there really good. Got this gap. Right here. I'm starting to want to look ahead for him, but try to keep my head down for this camera. Let me look around here. Got good blood right here. Right here. Right here. Like he zigged on me a little bit. That's why I went ahead and looked up, because I've been trailing fantastic blood trails along like that before, and all of a sudden you just come to a dead end almost and stand there in one spot baffled like I am right here. And yeah, there's a speck of blood right there. Blood here. But sometimes you'll stand there just scratching your head and you'll look, there's a speck right there. And basically they get right there to the end, and I think their blood pressure may drop so far that they almost stop bleeding. And a lot of times they'll be laying within 20 yards of that spot, and a lot of times they will have hooked left or right. So make sure he didn't turn on me right here. I got blood here. I've got blood here. I've got blood here, and it's pointing straight that way. But I don't see anything past right here. There's blood. There's blood. I just zoomed my eyes out too far. Blood right here. Right here. Just up here in turkeys switching limbs up in the tree. Coming on through here. This is a likely place for him to have crashed right here in front of me. Blood on the tree. Out here. Where you go? It's a fresh running track right here. And there's blood. Out here. Blood right here. Out here. Going right up through there. Hey, Froggy. I got it here too, so I got it on both sides of that tree coming across these logs. Blood right there. Starting to thin out. I think he's losing blood pressure. And it can start to get a little more room in between drops of blood. I'm gonna mark this last blood, kill this camera, and I'm gonna walk right here and see if I can't find him real quick. Alright, I found him. I can't believe where I last talked to you. I had to keep hunting and pecking, and I finally picked it back up. I had just gotten off the edge of it, and he hit some ground that was really hard for me to see. And anyway, I kept following him down through there, and he came all the way back and crossed this slough. And I had him going into the slough. I picked up blood coming out of the slough. I don't know if you can see. These cypress knees, that slough's right behind those cypress knees. He come down that bank over there and crossed this slough. And there's a second half of this slough. And he started to cross it. And I got right behind this big old tupelo tree right here. And I lost him. And I'll come over here and show you. He was coming. I think he came right through here. I had him coming right through here. And I got blood right here somewhere. And I had mud in this water right here. There's actually a bubble of blood right there, I believe. Anyway, this water was muddy, and I followed him across there. And standing here, you automatically think either he went that way or right through there. Of course, I also looked over here. I couldn't find any blood, and then I came back and I found a speck right here, actually a pretty good wad. And then I found another speck or two right up here. So I said, well, he had to go through here, and I went to looking, and I was scratching my head. I finally came back and said, I don't know what in the world was going on, and I got to looking right here, and that joker turned. He just came over the hill right here. He turned and looped around this tupelo tree, and I seen him laying. I don't know if y'all can see him, he's laying right there. I was starting to get concerned, but I knew what the blood trail looked like. That's another big bodied deer. I'm gonna go dump all my stuff back across this slough. And I'm gonna come back and get him and drag him over there on dry land, and we'll do a show and tell. All right, here he is. Man, I drug this joker about 20 yards from where he fell, and across that slough. And I remember why I don't drag him. Man, that was rough, trying to drag him in that slick mud. And 2 days in a row I had my boots filled up with water. But we got him. He was pouring blood, man. For me to trail him like that when the ground's wet, there's got to be a lot on the dirt. And he got up here on some harder ground for me to trail across, and I really had to bear down. I turned the camera off on the blood trail. But he ended up coming on up here and crossing the slough. And there was an island out in the middle of that slough. And he crossed that little island. The island probably wasn't 10 yards wide. He crossed that little island and started acting like he was fixing to cross that other side of the slough. And I struggled right there for probably 2 or 3 minutes trying to figure out which way he had gone. And there was a big tupelo tree there where I had the last good blood at, and I went back and studied it pretty hard. And I'll be dang if it didn't loop around the base of that tupelo. And he was laying up there on that island. And I don't know how, I ain't got no idea how far he went. If I had to guess, he went over 150 yards. But I pulled that shot. I shot him, I hit him about the width of my hand further back than I had intended. And I don't know, I playing with my grip on my bow a little bit, and I don't remember making sure that I had it gripped the new way when I went to draw back. That's a lot to think of when you made a change within the last day or so. But anyway, I got him. This is going to be bow kill number 182. This is a traditional deer number 134. And let me make sure that's right. Yeah, that's right. And this is number 76 for my centaur. It's a pretty little 7-point. And he's big bodied deer. I'm gonna knock the hide off of him, get him a sack, and get him onto the house. I got 2 pair of wet boots now, and I'm not looking forward to going hunting tomorrow with wet feet. But he did have me worried there for a minute, but I knew he had bled so good for the first 100 yards of that trail that there was no way he wasn't laying dead at the end of it. Thinking I got liver in one lung, probably, and that's why he was outside that 100-yard mark. But it's a good deal all the way around. I'm gonna knock the hide off of him and get on out of here, and hopefully we can do it again pretty quick.